and welcome to the Buddh International Circuit in India for coverage of round 6 of the EERC British Touring Car Championship, as we look at just Tom Ellie, our new independent entry, having a bit of a moment. But anyway, interesting race we have ahead of us, as I believe we're switching over to the qualifying server. Oh, I hope that's what's happening. I hope I haven't just been crashed out of the server here. Waiting, and I think it's just going to be me doing commentary on my own, sadly, because Joshua Birch is otherwise detained. But no matter. See if I can find someone who is. There we go. We have been let back into the server, it would seem. So just stick with us, people. But anyway, as I said, round 5, not round 6. I'm getting ahead of myself with all the different championships I'm covering at the moment. But of course, we had the opening race in Barcelona back in January, Silverstone in February, the Nordschleife in March, Interlagos most recently in April, and now Buddh International India in May, of course, which I only saw a couple of Formula 1 races in the early 2010s, of course, 2011, 2012 and 2013 being the most recent when Sebastian Vettel won his 4th and so far most recent Drivers' World Championship. But anyway, the situation here, funnily enough, it is Hunter Birch Simulation who lead the Teams Championship, as we see what looks like somebody being let out onto the pit lane, which looks like the 444 car of Pascal Eggert. Sorry about the full screen disappearing, everyone. We're getting that fixed. I'm just trying to make sure I don't sabotage the coverage by accidentally moving things around. But the leading in the championship, of course, Teams Championship, it's Hunter Birch Simulation, otherwise known as my team, leading Team Iris by 11 points, 121 to 110. Then it is Team Lev Speed in third on 94 points from Finavon Motorsport White, the first of the two Finavon teams, the Dutch team, of course, in the bright orange and black, on 83 points. Coach Eric Academy have left the championship, they're on 77 in 5th. And then there's Finavon Green with 62 points in 6th. HVML in 7th on 23 points. SRD Esports in 8th on 16 points. And IORD Racing Team on 1 point with a very inactive squad there, unfortunately. Leading the top 10 in the driver standings, of course, you've got all the ballast to deal with. We've got Sven Gielhed, who is absent tonight. He is leading on 68 points with 60 kilograms. He would be having 60 kilograms if he was competing. In second place, it's Alessandro Valente, who is on 59 points, of course, so 9 points back. He's got 54 kilograms, though, to deal with in that Hunter Birch Simulation car, as Valente. Eric Neef, also not around, on 41 points. 48 kilograms would be his load to bear, if he were around, which he isn't. Then we've got Chris Davis in joint third, actually, also on 31 points. But he would, because he doesn't have a race win to his name, and Eric Neef does, he's going to have 42 kilograms to lug around in the back of his Lev Speed. Francisco Perez is 5th on 34 points, equal with Nick Homewood, of course, who I believe is rapidly trying to fix the broadcast before qualifying gets properly underway. But Francisco Perez would have 36 kilograms. Nick Homewood's got 30 kilograms, of course. Nick Homewood getting second place last time out in Brazil in those wet conditions of a superb drive. Titus Conrad, also a coach driver, he's gone on 24 kilograms, 33 points to his name. Then we've got Liam Rance in the second of the 200 Birch Simulation cars. He's got 30 points, and all from the 2 races in Brazil last time out, because he won both of them. So he's going to have 18 kilograms in the back, and that's going to be a nasty shock. If he thought he was going to fly around unhindered, he's got a little bit of a... Not as much as some of those ahead of him, but certainly he's going to have a little bit of a problem with some of our new drivers here, of course. Then Maximilian Petravki for Lev Speed is 9th, ahead of Carl Magdesporre in the other Iris. Petrafsky will have to lug around 12 kilograms till Liam Rentz is 18. And that is your top 10. But of course, we've got a new team. Into the Points Racing have got 2 new squads participating tonight. In the form of Into the Points Racing Red in their Subaru Levorgs, the same car that Hunter Birch Simulation and HVML use, actually. And of course, Into the Points Red have got Joshua Hamilton, Oliver Perukian, and Michael Seppel, of course, you may recognise from the Formula E lineup, but also in their endurance lineups. Oliver Perukian, of course, part of the LMP2 winning squad at the Nordschleife in the Endurance Championship, which of course this is the Support Series 2. Into Points Racing Blue, Vauxhall Astra. They've got Simone Seminara, who's also been pretty tidy in the practice session. Michael Cole and Abdulrahman Valid, part of that team as well. So the Astras could well be a bit of a threat. And remember, Lev Speed of Thomas McHugh, who's not here tonight, Chris Davis and Maximilian Petrafsky have got Vauxhall Astras at their disposal too. We see the practice server still ticking on and waiting for quality to get going again. Certainly, it is Valente versus Gilhead, who's not here today at the moment for the overall lead. But let's not forget about Chris Davis, of course, in third, not too far behind, only about 20 points behind or so. And of course, Liam Rantz, who was he's only missed the first 3 races. Round 4 he was victorious in, so let's see what he can do in round 5. As we're looking on stream at the moment, just briefly at Oliver Perukian. Got that long back straight at Buddh International. Certainly going to hurt people with ballast going into the braking zone, as Chris Levspeed shows there with the Mercedes. And Mercedes actually of Tom Ellie, of course, one of the independent drivers. I didn't talk about the independents, did I? We have, of course, Sesbolk Slovas for Sim Racing Company number 44. Who he's here. In fact, let's have a look at him now. There he is, just coming out of the pit lane. Ford Focus. We have Benz Boros, also here for Pull Street Boys in a single entry. Bjarni Karkonen has joined the entry list, but I don't think is competing tonight. And we've got James Gardner in an MG, who I also think is absent. And of course Tom Ellie, who we were just talking about. There he is in the number 13 Mercedes A-Class. So he's hoping to make good, and no one else has gone for the Mercedes. It goes behind the similarly white liveried Lev Speed. That looks like Chris Davis. There is Valente. He's got the most ballast of anyone to deal with, of course. And also dealing with hay fever is Alessandro Valente. So let's hope that he can push through the ballast, push through the hay fever. As we see Liam Rantz also starting a lap behind him. But we're still in practice. They're still just getting to grips with the extent of the ballast that they're having to deal with. Seminara, of course, leading the way at the moment in this practice session as Chris Davis comes to a stop and teleports back to the pit lane. Also Perukian, one of the Into the Points Red teammates of his. So Into the Points Red, I think, probably both Into the Points teams will be quite a force to contend with here. But let's not forget the likes of Finna Bond and Lev Speed too, with Chris Davis looking very, very quick. But anyway, don't forget to chime in if you're watching, and it's doubtful that anyone is, but hey, who knows? To chime in. Liam Rantz will also be, and Joshua Hamilton will both be streaming their races on Liam Rantz's YouTube channel and J_Hamo is Joshua Hamilton. Keep an eye on those if you want to see some on-board action beyond what we're showing you. And Loic Mooney has put in a comment saying, practice EERC endurance, and he's put a big red X next to that. And he said, practice endurance by watching EERC Buddh Touring Car Championship. Tick. And Stefan says, who dis? And this is Edward Hunter. Or just, you can call me Ed, as we look at Joshua Hamilton negotiating the second sector there with the 2 chicanes. Alessandro Valente was talking about how much he loves that sort of middle sector. So we got Yeah, that'll be turns 6, 7, 8, 9 is those sort of double chicane section. After which there's the sort of very long, not a hairpin, but a sort of continuous, constant radius sort of turn 10, turn 11 right-hander, as we see Eggert going a little wide as he goes towards what looks like the last sector here. Anyway, qualifying should have got underway by now, so I'm not sure exactly what the hold-up is. Discussion, unfortunately. Yep, so as the time ticks on and the drivers... Oh, look at Liam Rance getting the rear stepped out on those purple soft tyres. I think he's doing his qualifying sim run. Certainly haven't ticked over into qualifying itself. Oh, look at the Levorg's rear end stepping out on the 64 Hunterbird simulation car. Easiest car to drive, the Levorg, at a circuit like this. The big straights should play into its advantage, because that's one thing that it does have, is Liam Rance just beat Seminara's time in the practice session. I've just been given a message. Quali starts in 2 minutes, so because of the delays, it's been delayed to like 7:30 instead of 7:15. But it's not a big deal. Hopefully no one has to go away somewhere, because we've only got the 16 drivers on the grid really. Thankful to have the Into the Points drivers there, thankfully, because it would be a very small field without them. So in the first sector, which clears. Focus of Loas, as we are about to get into the beginning of qualifying. Very, very important for the championship. The Hunterbird simulation need to avoid getting stuck behind all these new drivers and teams if they want to maximize their score, because Into the Points could become a real threat, even though they are joining at the halfway stage of the season. You never know. With all the cars they've got here, Hunterbird simulation are a little bit outnumbered with just 2 cars rather than 3, with Nassim Alawi sadly not present. But he had other things to do, I guess, and he's not the only one, as we see Pascal, Eggert and Tom Ellie being the first to exit the pit lane. The red light, which clears now. Pascal at the head of the train then from one of the Into the Points red cars. I believe it's Arda Erkan, of course. Already mentioned before, I believe Erkan might be filling in for someone else. Gravel being kicked up there. Erkan, as Ellie decides in the nocturne, actually decides to bail back to the pits, so not a great beginning for him. Terminera in the Vauxhall Astra. Oh, no, back to the pits for Tom Ellie, I guess. Hunterbird simulation cars, so is Liam Rance going to try and give Alessandro Valente a bit of a tow down the straights here? Counteract the ballast. See? Headlights on full blast for Liam Rance, so that is interesting. And remember, of course, you can, there's Liam Rance's YouTube channel if you want to see a live stream of his point of view. we should be seeing leaders, as there's Oliver Perikian. I don't see someone starting a lap time really, as I believe Arda Erkan is still at sort of roughly the head of the field. Yeah, right ahead of Pascal Eggert, so let's keep an eye on these three here. It's red, of course, their debut race. Could they get pole position here? Certainly the Subaru's been pretty nippy this season, as Pascal goes really wide to start his lap just behind. Go then. Through towards the first corner, so deceptively tight right-hander. And then it sort of broadens out to the left. And we come to the hairpin of turn 3. It's going to be a good overtaking opportunity in the race. They can get Tyrrell over the bump there. Minutes remaining in the session, of course. And sort of being caught here by the Finavon drivers of Eggert. Perez. Oh, it's the other one. It must be Nick Homeward, actually. Oh, Nick Homeward and Perez are in a different part of the track, so it's the other two Finavon drivers. The live race is not giving very much data at the moment. Erkan was able to keep both behind. So let's see what this first lap is going to be like as he all struggles through that radius turn 10, 11. Through turn 12 we go. Already turn, and oh, both are locking out the brake. Look how far the inside Eggert gets, actually. Right, because he's got that Subaru right in front of him. I feel like it's kind of putting Pascal Eggert off through the high-speed sections in turn 13 and 14 there. We saw go through turn 15 and into 16, completing the lap. It will be Erkan who gets time on the board first, as we see a yellow in sector 2. Is just in front of the Hunter Birch simulation car drivers. But here we go. Pascal Eggert then sets the benchmark time 2:04.7, but that's instantly beaten by Oliver Perikian in into the points red Subaru, and Seminara in the Astra now goes quickest 2:02.2. So that's more like the pace we were seeing earlier, as Liam Rance now goes second fastest, just 5 thousandths of a second slower than Seminara. So Seminara, the real surprise. Not seeing him too much in action before an EERC. Certainly, that was an impressive lap, but that one won't be as good as he puts a wheel in the gravel. And Liam Rance exits the pits for another go. Valente has now gone third fastest, but about half a second down, so the ballast really affecting Alessandro Valente. He's crucially ahead of Chris Davis, who is sort of one of his rivals in the championship. Everyone apart from the last 3 drivers. Oh, there we go, Tom Ellie sets the 5th fastest lap time, so good effort by Ellie. Perikian trying to do another lap time. I don't think this graphic we got right now is particularly helpful for... there we go, that's probably a bit more handy. Alright, again comes out the pit lane. Anyone on a hot lap at the moment? There we go, Perez is in the middle of one, about half a second down on the best time, unfortunately. Joshua Hamilton also starts a lap, personal best, but 7 tenths down. So Hamilton, who's not done a whole lot of practice, he's obviously fighting for the Formula E EERC Championship. And the red drifts out. Okay, just about got it cut in there, but he's holding up. Well, that must be Valente. That looked like Eggert cutting across the grass. Indeed it was. So that's another great outlap by Pascal Eggert. As Boros gets well out of the way for him in the Paul Street Boys Subaru. Powers towards the line. Where is this going to put Francisco Perez? the man in the top 6 in the championship, just alongside Nick Homewood actually. He goes into the top 6, there we go. Just behind Tom Ellie then. Tenths behind him, of course. 8 minutes left in the session, the time's still coming down. Davis on his out lap. Oh, Liam Rance getting his final sector together to start a flying lap, and he's got somebody ahead of him. I think he was trying to slow down for us. That's Perikian, it looked like, in the background. Oh, it must have been someone else then. Go. Joshua Hamilton has just gone 8th fastest then, just behind Perikian. But struggling there as Valente now starts his lap. Yellow into the 3rd sector. But let's see what Valente can do here, because he can't feel too safe with Davis only 2 tenths behind him. Very, very close between Liam Rance and Seminara. Are still on an outlap, about to start his run, but Liam Rance being held up actually by the Ford Focus. One of the independent entries. Of course, it's Lovas. Going to put Liam Rance off, and indeed, he's just a bit off Seminara's first sector time. But here we go, the middle sector should be where Liam Rance is a bit stronger. Remember, he's got 18 kilograms of ballast. Seminara, none at all. So this is certainly a superb effort from Liam Rance so far. But he's getting very, very held up by Lovas. And says Bolks. Oh, he barges into the side of Lovas. And he was all in the way and wouldn't give way, because Lovas, I believe, is on a lap 2. And here we go, they're fighting each other. Fully race and Liam Rance, turns around and they both come to grief. And that's really not what they should be doing in the middle of qualifying. And could that hand pole to Seminara, who's only marginally off in the first sector on his best lap. Here is Alessandro Valente trying to improve. But Liam Rance is going to be extremely upset, I think, that Lovas was in his way. Because Lovas was trying to do his own time, you know, and argue certainly that really asked for that to happen to him. But Valente locking up as he tries to get it cut in for the final corner. He powers towards the line. Needs to get just a bit closer. His teammate, and indeed does so. Oh no, that's not better. That's worse that time. Here's what I know. As Seminara, purple in the middle sector. So the blue Vauxhall Astra is flying, and it could be a debut pole then for Simone Seminara. Much to the consternation of Liam Rance, I believe, has got back out there for another go as Davis eclipses Valente's time. Ellie is still out there, and it's set 2 purple sectors, so this final sector's got to be good for the independent Mercedes driver. Through he goes. And someone's gone faster in the middle sector, actually. See what this does for him as he goes towards the line. And it is second, so he displaces Liam Rance, but only just, as Seminara has actually gone a full nearly 4 tenths faster than Ellie now. So there we go. But Liam Rance on an outlap, about to start another run. He's not going to get too many opportunities, neither is Alessandro Valente. So we're looking like it's a very mixed up grid then, with Seminara and Ellie are top 2. For them have got any ballast, as Rance, Davis, Valente and Pires do. I think Rance actually starting to, he's got on the Finavon cars, it's the 445, of course, of Homewood right behind him. And then, of course, the Benz Boros in the Full Street Boys Subaru. Yeah, Liam Rance begins his lap then, 4 minutes left to go. That's right on board. We go over through the start-finish line. But a 201.8, that's the time to beat from Seminara. What can Liam Rance do here? He goes towards the first corner, and there's people coming out the pit lane, including Seminara himself. So could we see a repeat of him being held up here? 16 cars, it can be quite tricky sometimes to get the clean lap in. Okay, somebody dipped in the gravel ahead. I think that was one of the Finavon cars. As there we go, Seminara gets out of the way on his outlap. It looks like Is that Eggert ahead of him? Who might be on a run yet? Oh no, he isn't. So he will let Liam Rance through. And Liam Rance was also trying to get a bit of slipstream off the back of him. It looked a bit like. Here we go. To that tight right-hander of turn 4. And now the long run to turn 5 for the Hunter Birch simulation driver. He's on a personal best in the first sector. But 2 attempts down on Seminara, so the time is going to have to come from the middle sector and the final sector as he goes all over the curb, and so there's the Finavon driver behind him. Approximately a long lap at like just over 2 minutes here in the qualifying, of course. Going through turns 10, 11. Pushes that Subaru to the absolute limit. Nobody in his way this time as he comes through. His Perikian has got together a good enough lap for second position, but Liam Rance goes fastest in the middle sector. He's flying out there. Here we go, just 2 corners left to go. 15 is negotiated and just about holds on. Now he's only got the final corner left to go. Is this going to be good enough for pole position? He might be able to get himself back on the front row here, Liam Rance, but oh, the rear just about held on there. Here we go towards the line, and what is this going to be for the number 64 HBS driver? He goes towards the timing line, and it is pole position. Wow, what a lap by Liam Rance, and that completely blows Seminara out of the water. What can he do to respond to that? That was almost 3 attempts faster from Liam Rance. What a superb effort. And his teammate Valente down to 8th at the moment, 1.2 off the pace, but here comes Seminara then up in the Vauxhall Astra through to the turn 3 hairpin. Let's get the line spot on here. Oh, a little bit wide. Cost him all the way down this straight. But I think Liam Rance, that's it. I can't do better than that. So it's up to everyone else to match up to the the high watermark he's set now. The man, of course, was pole last time out in Brazil too. Here comes Seminara then, second on the grid at the moment. Everyone else improving out there. Perikian has set a personal best first sector, but slower in the middle sector. Joshua Hamilton set a really good final sector actually. Down in 7th, only just ahead of Valente. It's all very, very close here as there we go. Davis gets himself up to 3rd, and that's it. He's not going to be able to do another run then. Seminara still out there. Perikian about to finish off his lap. Here we go. Is this going to get him any closer to the front row? 2-0. No, he stays 4th then. So it's really down to Seminara, Eli and Pires. Then Eli gets up to 3rd. Great lap by Tom Eli. Good enough for pole. It's Seminara, and he's down in both sectors. The rear sliding through that 13-14 chicane. Elevation here at Buddh International. Such a challenge, but I think Seminara is going to fall short as the Finavon hits the bollard, and the bollard goes for a little wander. Go towards the last corner now. What's it going to be for into the points blue? Seminara surely is going to fall short here. Eli has decided to continue on for another lap, so he's not given up yet either. Towards the timing line goes Seminara, and he remains 2nd, so that's it. It would seem, and Eli has decided to abandon this run, so it's going to be 3rd for Tom Eli. But Liam Rance will take pole position. Anyone else still out there on a lap? It seems Pires is still going. No, oh yeah, he is, but he's got the looks like, is that Joshua Hamilton just blocking up ahead of him? Let's see if Pires Valente, I think he will do no better than 7th, but he has just gotten ahead of Joshua Hamilton. Pires. It looks like Hamilton has actually set the purple first sector here, so look at him right on the limit as we go through the 7, 8, 9, 10 chicane. Here we go, through that long right-hander, constant radius corner. Can Joshua Hamilton pull out a shock pole position here over Liam Rance? We'll be watching with bated breath, I'm sure. Go through the 30-40 chicane. Oh, he's on personal best, but he's 4 attempts down in the middle sector. This is going to be tough, but can Joshua Hamilton get himself onto the front row for his first EERC British Touring Car race? Seminara he's really fighting with right now, and potentially Ellie as well. Perez I don't think is improving behind him, so he's not too far behind. Here we go, towards the timing line comes Joshua Hamilton, and it is going to be, is he going to improve from 8th? Yes, to 4th. There we go. So he beats Chris Davis then. I think Ercan is just finishing off the... No, Ercan's done, as is Lovas. Yeah, Lovas definitely done then. Whoa! Nice little acrobatics then from Bolts Lovas. Certainly Liam Rance will not be impressed with him though. But there you go. That's our pole sitter then. So, let's have a brief look at the results then of qualifying. Liam Rance, who will start on pole position then from Simone Seminara from Into the Points Racing. Second pole in a row for Liam Rance, so a very impressive lap time in the end. Tom Ellie will start 3rd from Joshua Hamilton Into the Points. All these debut drivers, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Chris Davis will start 5th. Oliver Perikian will start 6th. Francisco Perez will start 7th. Alessandro Valente will be 8th. Second place man in the championship needs to get the points. Arda Ercan will start 9th. Nick Homewood will start 10th. Then, of course, it will be Lovas in 11th, Schumann 12th, Eggert 13th, Boros 14th, Farrago 15th, and Adam Varga rounding out the field for Atrium L in 16th. There we go. It will be a short delay then until the race gets going. Short warm up. Get underway. Wow, certainly the lap by Liam Rance, the big story there. Once again, Liam Rance trying to gain ground on the championship. If he could get another win here, that would be another big help for him. I don't think there'll be any penalties applied from the previous round that I am aware of. Have already been applied in the post-race results as we look at the grid being formed, I think, with Farrago at the back. Here we go, it'll be this man starting on pole position then. Wait for the countdown to begin. Make sure he gets a clean start here, of course. Seminar will be all over him if he's not careful. And Tom Ellie looks pretty quick today as well. Waiting for Perikian and Ercan to join the grid, and then I think we'll get going. Here we go. There we go. A couple of seconds then, and we'll be on our way for race 1 at Buddh International Circuit. It's Liam Rance on pole, Seminara alongside him, and off we go. And Seminara stay still, and Valente has to swerve to avoid him, as do all of the other cars around him. But Joshua Hamilton already up to 2nd and on the inside of Tom Ellie, and looks like Perikian having a go at him too. And is Chris Davis going to take advantage of this? Look at how tight it is ahead of him. Into the hairpin they go, and Perikian dives up the inside of Ellie and takes third position. It is Liam Rance who was checked out up front, and look at Ellie being almost pushed into Gravel by Perikian. That Mercedes really slippy in a straight line. Wheel banging as well. Remember, none of these guys, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, have any ballast whatsoever, as Chris Davis does. And he's he goes. He tucks out to the inside. And can Chris Davis make this move? Can he make a double move here? Yes, he can. But look at the three Avant cars behind, as well as Chris Davis. Just about to take 3rd position there. But all the three Avant cars are trying to go 3 wide there. And we see a yellow in the first sector for Chris Davis right in the middle of a sandwich here. And they make contact there as Perikian almost turns across on Davis and Ellie. But he keeps the 3rd place. And that's Into the Point in 2nd and 3rd then. Chris Davis won't be happy about that. He was meat in the sandwich there. Valente has dropped a place at the start behind Nick Homewood. He's down to 9th now with his 54 kilograms of ballast. I think of on cars, they're going to give him quite a challenge for the remainder of this race as we see yellow in the second sector. I believe that may be Vargas. Oh, Vargas. No, it's Adam Vargas, sorry. As Seminar still has only just about got going then. And is quite a way down. 26 seconds down to be precise. But Liam Rance still leads as we get to the end of lap 1. And Homewood is been overtaken by Valente. So Valente makes a move into turn 15. Can Homewood hang on up the inside? Here we go. Oh, and they have to be so careful not to hit Pires in front of them. And it's going to be Valente on the outside then. And gets back up to 8th position. He's got all that 54 kilograms of ballast, and Homewood doesn't have anywhere near as much on board his car. Here we go. Towards the first corner they go. Valente is going to be on the inside then. Oh, and just about squeezes through. Lovely move then. And he's just about going to be able to hold on as Homewood continues to try and squeeze through into turn 3. This is a great little battle here. And he has to back out and brake early. Oh, and almost into the path of Egger. Oh, look at that. Very, very messy on the exit then from the Finavon driver and from Valente. With that was Lovas also getting in the gravel as Homewood tucks out to the outside then. But Valente will have to hold the inside. It's still Rance leading by almost 3 seconds there as Ellie is in a bit of trouble. Here we go. Davis trying to dive up the inside of him. And can Chris Davis get himself up to 4th position as the into the points? Oh! And Ellie defended very aggressively there. Chris Davis will not be happy about that at all. Once again, Chris Davis loses out then. But Valente up to 8th. And chasing down Pires now. But Liam Rance starting to pull away up front as, oh, look at this through the chicane. Chris Davis almost turning this into an overtaking opportunity on the Mercedes. So much more confidence in that left speed through the quick direction changes. But here we go. Oh, heavy on the brakes through that long right-hander. Really takes the life out of the tyres if you're not careful. So it'll be interesting to see who went for the different tyre compounds here. 2:07.4. The fastest lap, first lap by Liam Rance. Should be on course to beat that as Chris Davis continues to put pressure upon Tom Ellie in the Mercedes. Barikian also starting to challenge Joshua Hamilton now. And it's Ercan who's trying to hold off Pires just behind this. So battled everywhere you look, really. Is certainly the closest. Davis starts to settle down as Rance sets a 2:01.7. He's matching his qualifying time. So yeah, Rance pushing to build as big of a gap as he can, it would seem. And the two into the points drivers getting very, very close in the battle for second. Barikian now right behind as we see yellow in the second sector. And Simone Seminara into the pit lane. So such a shame that Seminara couldn't get off the line really. And everyone did really, really well to avoid him. We see Egger in trouble. Oh! And that's why, because Schumann's gone all the way around the outside of him. And Varga continuing to set off yellow flags. But Homewood still trailing Valente, gaining down the straight ever so slightly. With purple tyres. As Hamilton been overtaken by Barikian. There we go. So Barikian got the run on the straight. And Joshua Hamilton is down to 3rd then. Is he going to fight Oliver Barikian too hard? It wouldn't seem so. As Schumann and Egger continue to squabble behind. And Egger's got back through. The Bond driver certainly putting on a show as Davis continues to put pressure upon Tom Ellie. And Chris Davis got a lot more experience of his Vauxhall Astra than Tom Ellie has got of that Mercedes. But Ellie doing a superb job so far, it must be said. Despite one or two aggressive chops across the front of Chris Davis. But he's defending position, he's fighting, he's racing, and certainly putting on a show. But Joshua Hamilton will be slightly disappointed that Oliver Barikian got the better of him. He'll be looking to get his own back at some point. Here we go. Chris Davis has got a lovely view of the back of the Mercedes. And off they go as they get all over the curb through that little chicane at 14. And through 15 they go. Chris Davis looks very, very intent to gain another position here. They need to make sure they don't take out too much life out of their tyres at this early stage as Davis once again goes for quite a late move. Valente is not too far behind Pires now. All bunched up right here in this battle for 5th. It looks like Tom Ellie is starting to build quite a train behind him. He's hoping to hold on as long as he can and hopefully for the next 15.5 minutes. But Chris Davis, I think He's going to have another few attempts before this race is over to get through into fourth. Really needs to get a few more points in his championship. No real podiums for Chris Davis this season. He sort of got into the top four kind of by circumstance, it must be said, through just being really consistent. And that continues at the moment as Valente starts to lose time down the straight now, down in 8th, and drops a little bit behind Francisco Perez. Perikian 3.8 then behind the leaders. Davis has a little tuck out to attack. Tomelli defending once again. Look at this, Ercan is now all over the back of both of them. Looks very menacing indeed. Two white cars in front of him. Who does he attack first? But certainly he's putting a bit of a gap on Perez now as well. But Liam Rance continues just to sort of check out up front. But look at this. Look, he couldn't be much closer, could he, Chris Davis? And Davis fancies a go. Oh, up we go, up the inside. Oh, almost caught Tomelli out, and off track he goes. Will Chris? Oh, they make contact into the wall, and upside down goes the Mercedes of Tomelli, and that's such a big shame for him, and he's retired. So that is Ellie out. There's Valente going off now as he gets by Perez. Did he overtake him off track there? But that was quite a dramatic moment indeed. And I wonder if Chris Davis might get in trouble there, because he sort of dived at the inside and there might not have been space. And up comes Homewood up the inside of Perez now. He wants to go as well. Homewood appears interestingly on the medium tyres, I believe, whereas everyone else has gone for the softs. And Eggert getting involved in this now too, around the outside of Homewood. The Finna One drivers need to be careful not to take one another out here. Into the first corner they go. Eggert on the outside. And we'll have to stay behind then. But Valente crucially clearing the Finna One drivers, getting up into top 6, which is about where his goal was really for this race, it must be said, given the ballast on board and the pace of those ahead. But up front, Liam Rance not troubled by any of this going on behind us. Ercan now attacks Chris Davis. 4-4 position. Ercan has got the inside line. What can Chris Davis do here? Side by side they go into turn 4, and Ercan breaks deep, but Chris Davis will get a slightly better run out. Does he have anything to fight that Subaru with? Because of course Ercan filling in for Michael Steffel then at the last minute, as we see Eggert getting through past his teammates and up the inside of Perez, or outside of Perez rather, as they continue to chase Valente then. So Valente, he's got 3 big, very angry orange cars behind him and looking to ruin his day, no doubt. But Pascal Eggert will be pushing like crazy. We've seen Eggert and Valente battle before at the Nordschleife for race 2. But there we go, Perikian closing back. Josh Hamilton's got back through past Perikian. So it is into the points 2, 3, 4. Big points all on offer for them. Liam Rance still leads by the tune of nearly 7 seconds now. So he's just pulling away then, the more that Josh Hamilton and Oliver Perikian fight with one another. Go Chris Davis now might potentially have Valente to worry about if Perez has got Nick Homer trying to go around the outside of him, but Eggert is trying to go around the outside of the bright green Hunter Boat simulation of Valente. Valente, if he can get let's say 9 points out of this race, he'll be equal with the championship lead going into race 2, because we've got Sven Gilhead who's absent, but Eggert has got a great run on him here. Valente will have to pull out all the stops. To the inside we go, and look how heavy that car is. Eggert is going to try for the outside then. A little mistake then by Alessandro Valente. Lets Pascal Eggert get ahead. They rub alongside each other and almost pushes. He does push just a little bit off track Pascal Eggert as he struggles to make the hairpin, but they get through unscathed. That hopefully shouldn't lead to any steward action. But Nick Homewood, basically our main steward here, he's busy fighting with Perez, but he probably got a good view of that. Going on up front as Eggert tries to sell a dummy on Alessandro Valente, and look at the speed he's got coming in to turn 4, and not much Valente could do to hold that one back. But look at this. Eggert goes off track and Valente back through, so he did outbrake himself, Pascal Eggert. 10 minutes left in this race, but what a battle this is. We got what looks like actually all 4 Finavon cars throwing their weight at Alessandro Valente and putting on a superb show. But Hero is the only one going in doing something different with the tyres, as we see yellow in the second sector. What's that about? Is this Chris Davis in trouble? It is! He's gone off at the chicanes. Oh dear, Chris Davis in the 75 drops to 10th position, and that puts Valente up to 5th then. With 10 minutes remaining. What a costly error by Chris Davis. And that's going to cost him big time in the championship. We talked about his consistency before, but Perikian now putting max pressure onto his teammate and goes through at the final corner, diving up the inside. And Hamilton once again overcome as Rance pulls the gap out to nearly 8 seconds now. But Homewood and Pires continuing to fight up front. But Joshua Hamilton pulls to the outside to try and get back at his teammate Oliver Perikian. These two are just putting on a show now, I think. It's certainly great to see this fight continue as Joshua Hamilton gets a good run. He's got the inside line into turn 3 now. Look at the little green dot pulling away in front of them. That is Liam Rance, race leader. Hunter Burt simulation, but Joshua Hamilton cuts underneath Oliver Perikian and retakes second position. But now Perikian and Ercan is not too far behind this either, as Valente is continuing to fight with Pascal Eggert. So we've got 2 great little fights going on at the moment. And here comes Oliver Perikian. Will he dive out to the inside at the last moment? Indeed he will. And Valente continuing to fight Pascal Eggert. Perikian comes up the inside and takes second place. Oh, but Josh Hamilton will go around the outside. Perikian goes over the curb. But Valente now has got Eggert on the outside of him. How late is Alessandro Valente going to break here? Oh, late enough, but Eggert will have the outside line. Can he get a better run? Doesn't look like it, but Joshua Hamilton has held on to that second position. Oh, look, he's still there. Who is going to turn in first on the outside? They bump wheels 3 times. Will they make it a 4th time? No, clean racing between the two. Just about kept it without spinning each other out there. But there we go. Good effort by Pascal Eggert, but not successful on this occasion. Because all over the curve and the wheels lift. And Eggert has to go off track there and rejoin. But that is the danger when you go too far over the curbs at that chicane. I wouldn't be surprised if that was what happened to Chris Davis earlier, actually, as he's still behind Peter Schumann, sorry. There we go. The steering not looking brilliant, but the suspension, I think, might be where the real damage lies after those 2 big crashes. Remember with Tom Ellie earlier on. Ricky and continuing to put the pressure on as they go through the final corner. 7.5 minutes remaining then of this race run at Buddh International Circuit. Still race 2, the reverse grid race to come. Thinking about that now. Look, Hamilton has got his mirrors full. Will Oliver Perikian dive up the inside of Joshua Hamilton once more? No, he thinks better of it. But these two are having a lot of fun and putting on a superb display of clean driving. Of course, their teammates, it's not in their interest to take each other out, because into the points, if they can get 3 cars going well in both races, they could start to really cause a bit of headaches in the Constructors Teams Championship, as Eggert continues right behind Alessandro Valente, and he's going to get another great run on the straight due to his lack of ballast relative to the Hunter Birch Simulation Subaru. Right, let's remind ourselves how much ballast that Finavon car has as he tries another run, and Valente defends really early this time, actually. To the outside goes Pascal Eggert. Is he going to turn it? Oh, they make contact! There we go! And off track goes Pascal Eggert. Valente holds firm, will not be pushed around by his teammate, but Perikian continues to pressurise, and Homewood has finally got past Pires, it looks like. Yeah, by quite some margin too. Homewood right behind Pascal Eggert now. Oh no, he isn't. That's me getting confused. But Eggert still pressurising Alessandro Valente, and that's probably the closest battle on track other than Perikian and Hamilton. I wouldn't be surprised if Perikian waits really late in the race to make a move here. Go. Oh, a little bit of a slide. Joshua Hamilton not being the kindest on his tyres at the moment. He's really pushing to defend, as is Valente, of course, but he's pulled a little bit of gap, got a bit of breathing space over Pascal Eggert. for the time being. No such bloke through for Joshua Hamilton though, with the number 46 right behind him, the number 16 having to pull out all the stops, nearly 10 seconds, the lead that Liam Rance has over the field. It's going to be 3 wins in a row at this rate for Liam Rance. And Robert Perikian gets really, really late on the brakes, and Arda Erkan is going to take third position now. But that was so lucky not to hit the wall there, but Perikian just having to, just almost locked up completely then. And very lucky not to take his teammate out, to be honest. So that really ends that battle. And Eggert now continuing to chase and give Alessandro Valente a hard time. Will he get another run on the straight, or is he just a bit too far back as we go into the last 4.5 minutes of the race? And Rance has made a little mistake actually. Lost a little bit of time, but he's gained it back now again on Hamilton. Go. And Eggert has put quite a show on as he breaks really late to try and make up the deficit to Alessandro Valente. But Valente's got it covered. This has probably been one of the best defensive drives we've seen Valente do. He was very good in Brazil too, but a bit of bad luck, yeah, especially in race 2, but also in race 1 where he basically got pushed around a bit. And looks like Eggert, he might have a last-ditch attempt then in the last couple of laps. We only really got 2 laps remaining then. With Liam Rance leading and all over the curb again goes Pascal Eggert, as Valente actually goes even more over it, and now we'll have to defend to the outside as Eggert goes all the way around him through turn 10. That's brave. Can he hold on to this one? Because Valente is still there on his right hand side, and there we go, he has to tuck back out, but Valente again goes wide, and that gives Pascal Eggert a chance round the outside through turn 13 and 14. And Eggert just overwhelmed there. Wasn't quite able to pull off the move. He's got another chance here into turn 15. Will Alessandro Valente give him the room? He turns across, and Eggert has to back out. But this is getting very tense then between these two. Perikian not too far behind here. This is a late move from Pascal. He dives up the inside into turn 16, and I think he might have just done it. But Alessandro Valente holding on around the outside, keeps that 5th position. Who's going to get the run here? The steering does not look good. He was weaving a bit there, was Valente. He goes right to the inside, makes Eggert go the long way round. And this is really, really tense. And is Eggert going to dive at the inside of turn 1? No, that's not wise, Pascal. In fact, he goes really wide there. And that might have decided the battle for the time being. But Liam Rance has only got 2.5 minutes separating him from victory. The 3 into the points cars. And they're going to go onto the podium, but they're not really giving him any trouble whatsoever really in this race. He's not really had that much trouble since qualifying really, and since Simone Seminara hit trouble. Still going down in 14th is Simone, whereas Boros hits the wall. He spun out there, so in the first sector, and that lets Seminara up to 13th then, as Pascal continues to fight, and goes up the inside of Alessandro Valente and almost knocks him off track there. They hit each other again, so it's getting a bit physical between these two. But Valente down to 6th then. Will have to mount a counter-attack here. Has he worn out his tyres? Defending really heavily from that Finnevond Motorsport car. Here we go. Over the chicane they go. Trying to straight line it. Don't tell me he's going to turn this into an overtake, is he? Around the outside they go. And over the curb goes Pascal Eggert, but he pushes Valente off. And that's going to let Nick Homewood get involved in this if they're not careful. Valente down to 6th then, so Eggert really timed his move well, but it got very, very physical between the two, and there could be another lap left after this one. He's still tucked right in the wheel tracks of that big orange Ford Focus, and around the outside of turn 13 he's going, the rear slides out of that Subaru, and Alessandro Valente, the bright green mean machine, really trying to hold on here, but here comes Nick Homewood around the outside. They barred into each other, and Homewood does a half spin, but keeps going again, and that was very, very tense there as Valente was getting boxed in by the Finnevond cars. Once one got by, he was slowing him down to help Nick Homewood out, almost it looked like, but I'm sure that wasn't intentional. And here we go then. Erkan is only about 4 tenths behind Hamilton, so we could see a battle for second then into this final lap, but Rance is in the middle of it now, and on his way to victory. Perikian right behind Erkan. All 3 into the points cars in a line. Is Erkan going to try a late move as Valente goes alongside Pascal Eggert now out of the first corner through turn 2. Who's going to get it inside line for turn 3? Looks like it's Alessandro Valente. Can he prohibit Pascal Eggert from getting a good exit here? There we go. Some excellent driving by Valente to recover there. He's been on the defensive all race, and with that ballast, doing a superb job. But now Eggert cuts to the outside. He's going to try and go the long way around the Subaru. This will be his last shot to get back into 5th position here. They barge wheels again. No love lost between these two. Is there? And up the inside stays Alessandro Valente, but is Pascal Eggert going to get the cutback here? Here we go, on the outside, he spins him round! Oh, not sure quite what happened there as he knocks the Rolex sign over, but Pascal Eggert will not be happy about that at all. As Peter Schumann now goes up to 6th position as, and that's Perez getting past Homewood on his medium tyres there, so there we go, the mediums paying dividends as Perikian tries to go up the inside of Erkan at the outside of turn 11. Wasn't quite able to pull that one off. And it's almost like Josh Hamilton's backing these two into each other, putting on a great show. But Liam Rance has only got one more corner to go. So let's keep an eye. Is Perikian going to make a dive up the inside of turn 15? Oh, no, he isn't. And Liam Rance powers out the last corner now. And it's big 3 wins in a row in India for Liam Rance. He won in Interlagos both races. He's won the first race here in India. But Arda Erkan continues, and Perikian dives up the inside of the final corner. Oh, but it looks like Arda Erkan is going to hold on to 3rd place with Joshua Hamilton 2nd, Perikian 4th, and Valente by hook or by crook. Now, Pascal Eggert won't be happy, but it is Valente who is going to finish in 5th position. And it got very heated at the end between those two, and we'll have to see what the stewards decide, whether he spun him around deliberately or not, but I think maybe they weren't really giving each other space, and Valente slows down right at the end with his wounded car. Oh, is he letting... I hope he's not letting them all through because it's a bit late for that. Schumann takes 6th, Perez takes 7th, and then bounces to gravel. Homer takes 8th, Chris Davis takes 9th, and decides to do a quadruple barrel roll. Eggert will take 10th, very disappointed in the end. Farrago 11th, Lovas 12th, Boros will take 13th, and Seminara, who was a lap down actually on those around him, will take the 14th and the final finisher. But it is, there you go, Liam Rance just finished some lovely donuts that you can watch on his own stream, I'm sure. He's just won the race 1 in India, so let's have a look at the final results then, or the provisional results at least. It is Liam Rance who wins by 10 seconds then, actually 7.5 in the end, over Joshua Hamilton, but still a dominant performance by him. Joshua Hamilton 2nd, beating Arda Erkan and Oliver Perikian but all 3 into the points red drivers in the top 4, which is great for them. Alessandro Valente holds on to 5th position and takes the championship lead from Sven Gielhed. Peter Schumann is 6th from Perez and Homewood, so Finnavond in the 6th, 7th and 8th. Chris Davis finishes 9th after his trouble. Pascal Eggert hitting trouble as well, and they round out the top 10. Then it is Akos Farrago 11th, Lovas 12th, Boros 13th, Seminara 14th, then Adam Varga and Tom Ellie both really crashing out and failing to finish, so disappointment from them. I think Ellie, we'll start from the back in race 2, but could get a better result there. But it will be Seminara, I believe, who starts on pole, having finished race 1. So we will wait then for battle to resume and the grid will form up for race 2. But certainly Liam Rance gaining a lot of ground in the championship there. And could he make it 4 from 4? That would be quite something. But anyway, let's have a look, see if anyone has got anything interesting to say in the live chat. There are only 4 people watching, so I imagine... Nope, no one has said anything since Luc Meunier earlier. Which was great to hear from Luc earlier. But race 2 coming up. Gotta hope Seminara can make more of a better getaway this time. Shouldn't be too difficult. You couldn't think of a much worse getaway than the one he made, in all honesty. Where is he? In the pit lane? There he is. Certainly, it's going to be interesting to see Liam Rance and the Into the Points drivers battling their way through. I think Valente might struggle with his ballast to keep them at bay. Certainly a big moves in the championship being made here. Alessandro says, Pascal tried pushing me off track and got turned. That's what happens when you race like that the entire time. Anyway, the warm-up should be over in the next couple of minutes, hopefully, and we'll see the grid forming up. But looks like everyone's just cooling down after that pretty heated race one, especially the Valente-Eggert battle. Trust. Get race 2 going fairly soon. Oh, Eggert taking off the bollard there, and he looks very determined then. Amends then, he'll certainly get advantage in the reverse grid starting a bit higher up the field then after the end of that one. Looks like Petrafsky is trying to rejoin here for race 2, I think. There we go. He's at the back of the grid in number 22. Eggert continues to practice a bit. There we go, the lev speed with the big German flag on top. Chris Davis says, I tried saving the car. Car quite liked the idea of going to turtle. Yeah, he did go over that left right. So don't go too much over the right left chicane because the curb does yeet you, he said. And Liam Rance is joking that Seminara came last on purpose so he could win race 2. Crafty raging at the game, it sounds like. Yeah, certainly. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get a field of 17 then, for the reverse grid, and it should be Seminara. Sounds like Lovas hasn't been. Says Bulk Lovas hasn't been particularly friendly towards Liam Rance after what happened in qualifying. Anyway, Lovas, I believe, will. I think he should be starting third on the grid. It should be Seminara, Boros, and Lovas, the top 3. Correctly. O'Malley, of course, interesting to see him back in action as he just leaves the pit lane there. It continues to circulate. Look at how this, how that result potentially affects the standings. Certainly puts, increases the lead of Birch Simulation over Team Iris. Team Iris is still in second now, actually. Points, I believe. Second, third, and fourth will gain 13, 11, and 9 points. Of course, as we all know, makes 33 points out of one race. I believe that already puts them 7th in the standings. Grant's getting another 13 points, puts him on 45. He's 4th in the standings now, depending on how many Perez and Homewood got. 7th. I don't really have a whole lot to say because I've not really got anyone to bounce off of here, I'm afraid. But I'm doing the best I can, even though nobody's watching. Fighting, hopefully. At least the first couple of laps will be. Anyway. Right, so warm up. It's almost about to run out now, so hopefully once it does, race 2 will get underway. But Ellie has been setting the timing screens alight at the moment with the 2:04.6, quite a few seconds off of the qualifying times, but certainly seems behaving themselves and getting back underway for race 2, because those curbs at the chicane are going to be, that's of course 6, 7, 8, 9 are going to be absolutely deadly on those turns. .30 now, so we really ought to get race 2 under sorted quite soon. Alright, so warm up just ending then, and the race should be imminent. race will be the final race of the day. Another 15 points up for grabs. And it should be Seminara starting on pole position, of course. Boros and Lovas.
Non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
Anyway, grid forming up then. Alright, should be... Let's hope he gets off the line on this occasion. Rents will of course start from 14th, third last ahead of Varga and Petravki. Varga who retired, Petravki who has just joined for race 2. So there's no... we're not going to see the Eric Kamedi method of joining for race 2, starting at the front and leading and winning. That'd be quite hard. That's much harder to do now, as we're still waiting for, I think, Lovas to appear in third spot before we get going. Of course, this is Farrago in fourth. Pascal Eggert will start in the top 5, just ahead of Chris Davis. Those two will be ones to watch early on. Then it'll be Homewood, Perez, Schumann, Valente, Parakian, Erkan, Hamilton, Rantz, Varga and Petravki at the back. Seminara, all eyes on him. Here we go. And we're underway for race 2 at the Buddh International Circuit, and it's Boros who gets a great getaway up the inside of Seminara into the first corner, but it's all looking very chaotic behind. Here comes, Boros has another go, and takes the lead from Farrago, but it's a terrible start there from Seminara, and it's actually Valente who's got up into the top 4 here. Very clear getaways. Boros goes really wide, and now is Pascal Egger going to take the lead from him, as it's all getting very, very bunched up here, and Farrago side by side with Valente, but Egger looks like he wants to take the lead here. Early doors, what can Boros do in the Subaru? Boros on the outside, and it looks like Eggert is going to outbrake him here as Valente tries to pull out and outbrake Farrago in the HVML. They both lock up, and here we go. Full wide there, Valente through to third, and now right behind Boros, but it's Eggert who takes the lead. Not much that Boros could really do there, in all honesty. Meanwhile, near the battle, Rantz is right behind Petravki. And making some progress. There's look out! Chris Davis cuts across the curbs at chicane again, and Valente right behind Bent Boros. And getting over the curb goes Boros, and kicking up a bit of dust. But Seminara continues to fight with Perikian. The two into the points teams, getting a little bit close for company. Perikian up the inside of Seminara, the long right-hander, and goes up track, and there through goes over Perikian. Up to 6th already, but it is Valente in third, I think, has made the most progress, and he fancies a go at second place Bent Boros, and needs to do so to prevent Eggert from getting away. Perikian up the inside of Farrago in the HVML, and Perikian gets up into 5th position then, and Rantz is not too far behind. He's got Hamilton and Homewood right ahead of him. Is Liam Rantz going to have a go at Joshua Hamilton? Yes, he is. Up the inside he goes through that final corner, but Hamilton will have the outside line. Valente continues to fight with Boros up ahead, but here comes Liam Rantz. Is he going to switch to the inside here? Yes, he is. Up into the first corner. What's he going to try here to take 10th place from Joshua Hamilton? He goes all the way up the inside, and Petravki nearly hits the both of them, but luckily he manages to avoid being late on the brakes. He nearly did what Oliver Perikian did last time out. But here we go. There is Perikian now, starting to pull away as Schumann having a go at Farrago now on the outside. Just in front of Liam Rantz's Petravki as well, off into the kiddie litter. And Farrago really under attack here. The HVML not one of the front runners, just really holding on in this reverse grid format. Valente is right behind Boros. It's all getting a bit caught up here as he goes up the inside at turn 4. And he's done it. Just a little bit rough pushing him on the exit there. Is Alessandro Valente going to be able to hold on with that ballast? Ben Boros has to tuck in right behind. And through goes Alessandro Valente into second position to chase after his old foe, Pascal Eggert. So, but no, there goes Chris Davis cutting across the grass then. And here comes, Liam Rance gets past Peter Schumann at the chicane, but he's on the outside here. He just cuts across. That was brave there by Liam Rance. And look, nearly losing the car through that second chicane. But really brave stuff by Liam Rance to get into the top 7 then. And Seminara is next up on the hit list. But Hamilton has lost out there, falling behind Homewood and Schumann. So Joshua Hamilton really not a decent start, but not the one he would have hoped for. Perikian, I believe, is starting to close a bit on Chris Davis for 4th, but Davis is right behind Boros as well. So this battle for 3rd is going to start heating up, and they're not too far away from the lead as well. Eggert has still got Valente slowly but surely catching up to him, and here comes Perikian. Over the curve goes Chris Davis at the final corner, and that will give Perikian a little sniff of 4th position. Oliver really wanting to add fastest in the first sector goes Valente, but Eggert sits a 2:04, and Valente's right behind, within a second actually, as we ride on board with Oliver Perikian, having a look at Chris Davis. Does he dive at the inside into turn 3? Yes, he does. And Chris Davis, he's going to try and get a good cutback here. Let's get back in front. But Chris Davis got a little bit more ballast on board as we see, Joshua Hamilton fighting with Nick Homewood then. And what can, that's actually Peter Schumann as Petracchi dips another wheel in the gravel. There we go, trying to make the best use of those soft tyres then. But Pinavons, especially Schumann, preferring the medium tyre. Davis has been passed by Perikian. Perikian up to 4th then, so he could still be a threat for the race victory, especially with Boros, Valente, Eggert ahead of him. All of them apart from Boros have got some ballast on board. Look behind. That's Erkan fighting with Schumann. Schumann going a little bit off track at the exit of turn 4. Is Erkan going to try and go all the way around the outside into turn 5? Yes, he's done it. Brilliant move by Oda Erkan. Judged it to perfection there. But it's all kicking off up ahead as Davis struggles to keep up with Perikian, who's now having a look at Ben Boros, the Paul Street Boys Subaru. And look, Valente going for the lead. And he's done it. Mistake from Eggert at the turn 11. But will Eggert come back up the inside into turn 12, 13? Very close, but he's not quite able to pull it off. He's still there around the outside as they approach turn 15. And off track. And look, it's all kicking off behind as well as Perikian trying to overtake. Chris Davis gets by the both of them. There we go, and Valente holding on to the lead, but this is going to get very, very messy indeed now, because Eggert will not be happy to see Valente through past him again as Perikian fights with Boros and Chris Davis for that 4th position. And look at this is going to be very tense indeed. Is Davis going to dive up the inside of Boros whilst Perikian tries to slip through and go around the outside? Here we go, into the first corner. Valente holds the lead, but only just from Eggert. Valente goes off track, and Eggert retakes the lead as Hamilton tries to thread in between, but Valente with all that ballast, he got the brakes wrong, and he's going to lose 2nd, 3rd, and 4th here, as it looks like Seminara in trouble as well. Liam Rance goes through, and now would be a great point for the Hunter Birch Simulation drivers to swap positions if they find a good opportunity here. But there we go, Eggert being handed back the lead now, and Perikian all over the back of Boros for 2nd. This is, like I did say, it was going to get messy, and I wasn't wrong. 15 minutes left to go in this race. Can Pascal Eggert take a first win of the season for Finavond Racing? Here comes Perikian on Boros. The outside he goes, but the Hunter Birches are right together. Perikian over the curb, and that was not the cleanest overtake you've ever seen. But there we go. Through goes Perikian up to 2nd, and now Liam Rance surely is going to have a go at taking 5th position. They're in communication, the 2 drivers, so it's between those 2 what they do here. I'm not going to interrupt because I'm busy commentating as Valente straight lines the chicane, and that was not particularly clean. But now Boros sliding, and Chris Davis being hit by Valente as he slides out of the 7-8 chicane. Through 10 they go. Perikian now getting within a second of Pascal Eggert, so Hunter Birch really need to clear Chris Davis and Ben Boros pronto as Davis goes really wide to try and attack Boros, and up the inside he goes. Oh, Boris drifting wide, and Valente needs to be careful here. He doesn't get taken out by these two. And Liam Rance cuts underneath it. It all gets very messy out there. And Valente is going to go all the way around the outside of Boris. Well, off track, but Liam Rance, gift for him. No need for team orders whatsoever. He gets up to third, and Seminara is now going to fancy a go around the outside, as that looks like Hamilton having a go at Chris Davis too. But Valente completes the move on Boris. So Hunter Boat Simulation third and fourth then. But Perikian is now right up to Eggert. So now Eggert is going to have to defend from the four very, very quick cars, or especially Liam Rance, who fancies making it 4 from 4 here. He's certainly going to get onto the podium if he keeps driving the way he is. It's been very, very clean so far. But Perikian now, a little mistake as Eggert drifts just a little bit too close to the gravel there. And now Perikian is right in the wheel tracks, right in the slipstream. As it's all kicking off behind as well between Hamilton, Seminara, and Davis and Ercan. Ercan has not made a great deal of progress here, but Perikian now goes to the outside into turn 4. And struggling on the brakes there. Is he going to go around the outside and undergo? Oh, no, he couldn't, because he bumped right into the back of Pascal Eggert. And Pascal, feeling like a bit of people are treating him like a little battering ram, just running right into him. And he's not appreciating the knocks today at all, as there's Schumann getting in a bit of trouble there at the back with his teammate. As here we go, up the inside goes Ercan on Chris Davis. Another really, really clinical move there. And Chris Davis being shuffled back here after that incident in turn 14 and 15. Not a great run for him. But here we go, up the inside of turn 10. Once again, Pascal Eggert holds the inside. He will not let the Into the Points racing car through that easily. And this plays into the hands of Liam Rance, who's right behind Perikian. And, but here we go. Is he going to knock him out the way if he's not careful? Wouldn't be the first time for Pascal Eggert today. But he's certainly putting out all the stops to keep the 46 behind. But will it all end in tears? Will it all go the way of the 64? You can see him right in the top ring mirror of Oliver Perikian. He goes to the outside here. Needs to make the move on Pascal Eggert as soon as possible. Here we go to the outside. He's got a clean run. And Liam Rance is right behind them now too. But Perikian takes the lead with 11 minutes 30 left on the clock. And now he needs to make a break for it, because here comes Liam Rance. Surely Pascal Eggert will not have much in response to keep him behind. Both of these guys have got ballast. They're pretty similar on ballast, actually. Eggert goes wide. Here comes Liam Rance. Is he going to go up the inside and turn 3? No. Pascal Eggert covers that off. And in fact, Pascal goes up the inside of Oliver Perikian. And could this let Liam Rance go for both of them? They all come together. That's messy. And Liam Rance just holds on to the lead. But Valente, with all of his ballast, is going to go around all of them. Wow, fantastic. Hunter Simulation leads 1 and 2, but Eggert is still there, and he's going to take out both of them if he gets half a chance. He's driving angry at the moment. Here we go. Like I said, and they all hit each other. And Liam Rance and Valente spin off at the inside, and it's a bucking Bronco ride for Liam Rance, and he gets hit again by Eggert for good measure. And I think Pascal could be a bit of trouble there. Perikian now leads, and is that damage for Liam Rance? No, but he comes back out into 8th, and now Seminara is going to go up the inside of him as well. So down to 9th goes Liam Rance, but that could be curtains for Valente, who's actually going just ahead, up in 6th position. But I wonder if there was any damage to the steering there. But certainly I won't be happy. He's still got those Into the Points cars ahead. 10 minutes to go, so it's not over for Hunter Simulation yet. Up the inside goes Valente to try to get past Ercan, but he spins off at turn 10. And Valente, oh dear, it's all gone a bit wrong for him, as Hamilton now fights Boros for 3rd. But Eggert, I think, is going to be in a lot of trouble for that one, because I can see both of my drivers being very, very upset with that maneuver there. Liam Rance right behind Seminara, though, as Boros goes wide into 15, and Joshua Hamilton drifts his way through turn 15 to take 3rd position. Lovely stuff from the championship leader, or erstwhile championship leader in Formula E, with going into finale. Chris Davis dies up the inside of Ercan. Wow, it is all action everywhere you look. But now Liam Rance right behind Seminara. Trying to get past that Into the Points blue. 8th place then as the Valente's got going again down in 11th, so he might still sneak a few points out of this encounter. Boris goes very, very wide at turn 1 and lets everybody through. And as Liam Rant's going to have a run at Seminara. These two, the front row starters in race 1. Liam Rant's up the inside. Nothing that Simone Seminara can really do. Is he going to try and hold on around the outside? No point in doing that. So Chris Davis next on the hit list. Liam Rantz could still get on the podium here if he plays his cards right. But Perikian is very much checked out up front. Pascal Leggett, after barging people out of the way in terms of the two green cars, is now stuck down in second. But here we go. It looks like Seminara is going to try and mount a bid round the outside of Liam Rantz into turn 4. Rantz locks up. Will Seminara hold on around the outside? No, has to back out there. So good defensive driving from Liam Rantz with his little bit of 18 kilograms of ballast sort of holding him back here. And that was, but that was very, very messy. It's been a messy race too in general, it must be said. And now Liam Rantz free to chase after Chris Davis. Seminara goes right over the curb and gets away with that one. But yeah, Ercan and Hamilton, I think, still quite close together. And by quite close, I mean a couple of seconds apart, of course. 7 minutes 52 remaining on the clock then. Nick Homewood is just... Oh, into the wall. Who was that? It was one of the Into the Points cars. And it was Perikian from the lead. He goes right over the chicane. Pascal Leggett retakes the lead. And he's got the three Into the Points cars right behind him. That was very, very messy indeed. And now Liam Rantz trying to go around the outside of Chris Davis as Boris goes off as well at turn 15. And Davis, the two Brits, fighting over 5th position then. Will Liam Rantz, all with his car, no doubt, a bit winded from the spin earlier, from being kicked up into a spin by Pascal Leggett. He dives at the inside at turn 16, gets on the power on his soft tyres, and surely he's going to clear Chris Davis before they get to turn 1. But Davis still just about there. He tucks back into the slipstream. Liam Rantz seems to have got the move done, unless Chris Davis has anything to say about it. Oh, doesn't look like it. So Liam Rantz back into the top 5, and now it's Ercan next up the road with a free into the points car. Perikian, who's just hit the wall, and I believe might have a bit of damage here. Here we go. He's potentially handed the win to Pascal Leggett as Hamilton, and yeah, the steering looking a little bit bent there. Hamilton will come up the inside then. Here we go. And these three need to hope they don't take each other out, because Liam Rantz will be there to take advantage. Valente, he's got ahead of Nick Homewood as well in the background. But Hamilton now going up to second. Will Ercan make it 3 wide? Here we go. Into the points, make it 3 wide into turn 4. Will Ercan take both of them? And Hamilton is forced a little bit wide. Ercan onto the curb there. Oh, there we go. It's all getting a little bit heated here. Perikian then drops to 4th. But will he squeeze in between his two teammates as Ercan goes up? But Hamilton's still on the inside, so Joshua Hamilton, I think, is going to take second place. They're going to need to sort themselves out before they get through here, because they're just gifting Liam Rantz a chance to catch back up to Ercan here and Perikian here. But there we go, Joshua Hamilton back up to second place then, and Ercan gets all out of shape on the exit. And is that going to let Oliver Perikian through? Oh, and that was Hamilton going out of shape, and Liam Rantz right behind them too. Where do you look here? Pascal Leggett is starting to check out now with 5.5 minutes remaining. It's anyone's guess who's going to win this one. Can Into the Points get it together? Can Liam Rantz overtake all 4 cars in front of him and take 4 wins in a row? Here we go. Valente up to 10th now with Nick Homewood and Peter Schumann battling him as well. Oh dear. And there we go. So Valente's just cleared the 2 Finavon cars. Oh, Perikian being barged out by Liam Rantz, who's got side by side with him there. But Oliver Perikian has still got the inside into turn 16. What can Liam Rantz do here? He has to tuck back in. He's only got 5 minutes then. Can he get himself onto the podium? It's just within reach despite all the difficulties he's been put through in this race. Does he dive up the inside of Oliver into turn 1? Here we go. And yes, he does. And oh, look at how much Perikian locks up on the brakes. But does he get a better exit? Oh, he butts the back of Liam Rantz. But Rantz is through into 4th position and the podium in reach, or is it, as Oliver Perikian dives late on the brakes into turn 3, and Liam Rantz has to really judge it well to get up the inside of him. Who's going to get the better run here? Liam Rantz for those 18 kilograms of ballast, or Oliver Perikian with his damaged steering from the big hit with the wall. And I wonder if the suspension might have taken a little bit of a knock there too, but he's right in the real tracks. What will Perikian do here? Here we go. He's got a little bit of a run. He brakes late as Ercan and Hamilton duel away in front of him. Oh, but he's gone a little bit deep. and Liam Rance will be able to undercut him. Can he breeze around the outside here? Here we go, Subaru versus Subaru, and it's Liam Rance who takes 4th position there with 4 minutes left to go. Boss goes off track again as Valente continues to fight with Homewood and Schumann. They're having a fantastic fight just behind. Here we go, Valente on the inside of Homewood then. He will retake that 10th position. These points crucial for Valente's championship, and he butts up the inside of Peter Schumann and bumps him around. He really does not like these orange cars today, does he, Alessandro Valente? And the car not handling well at all. And he loses those positions. Again, it's back and forth between the two. But up front, Arda Erkan, surely Liam Rance will be catching him very, very soon now that he's cleared the other into the points car and got into 4th position. 3 minutes left on the clock, and Hamilton right behind Eggert too. And look how wide Liam Rance goes. But 3 minutes left to go, and the pressure will not get any bigger than this on Pascal Eggert, and he could be in for a penalty after spinning both of the Hunter Birch simulation cars around, and guess which team manager is going to be arguing for that. But Pascal not having a great day, but can he salvage it with a reverse grid win? He's only got to hold on for 3 more minutes. Will Joshua Hamilton dive one up the inside into turn 1? Here we go, only a couple of laps left in this race, and here we go. He's getting close. And what will Pascal Eggert do? Is he going to defend the inside, or is he going to hold the middle of the road here? He holds the middle and keeps Joshua Hamilton to the outside there. And this is ideal once more for Liam Rance. But here we go, Joshua Hamilton up the inside on the right, and he forces Pascal Eggert onto the grass a little while. Eggert went on there on his own, to be fair, actually. So I take that back. But there we go, Joshua Hamilton tucks into the lead of the race, but Eggert right in the slipstream. What will he do to counter-attack? He looks to the inside, coming up to turn 4. How late are they going to brake? It's last of the late breakers, but make sure you make the corner. Locking up a few times goes Eggert. But I think Hamilton is going to be able to complete the move and go all the way around the outside of him, because he's got the inside line into turn 5 now. What will Eggert do? Will he sweep around? Yes, he does. Wow, what a brilliant exit by Pascal Eggert there. To hold on to the lead, but he goes wide. Oh no. And through will go not just Joshua Hamilton, but it looks like Erkan is going to get through as well. Almost, but he has to back out there. And Eggert losing all control and going off track. Erkan will take second. Surely, Pascal Eggert, how on earth has he managed to keep that position? And Liam Rance now right behind them as well, as Erkan dubs up the inside at turn 10. Make sure you don't spin him round, Arda. And Arda, off goes Eggert. Liam Rance almost following him through there. Don't hit each other again. He can see him in his mirrors now. And I think Liam Rance will be dreading this. Here we go. Through turn 15. They come. Only a minute left in this race. And I think Joshua Hamilton is coming to a shock victory here. But he's driven absolutely superbly, it must be said. No wrongdoing on his part. Particularly as they barge up. That's just a little friendly nudge there. Not so friendly now. On the outside is Liam Rance. Pascal Eggert giving him very much a hard time, and Liam Rance reciprocating and flashing the lights at him. He's not happy to be stuck behind him again, but he's got to clear him to get on the podium here. Looks like the win might be just out of reach then for Liam Rance. But look at this. He's going to have to pull out all the stops, Pascal Eggert, to keep his new nemesis, it would seem. It's Valente and Liam Rance, who he doesn't seem to like either of them. Liam Rance goes up the inside and nudges him around a little bit in turn 3. And again, for good measure there. Looked like Eggert turning in across him. And Rookian has got a good view of all of this as well. Just behind, as there's yellow in the first sector, it looks like Homewood all being overtaken by Valente. And Homewood getting into 9th, and then challenging again Schumann for 8th. He's right behind him now. What can he really do here? As Rance up the inside of Eggert once more. And I didn't think it was going to be clean, but around the outside he goes as the clock runs out and they're stuck together. Surely that's going to go wrong for both of them. And there we go, Eggert hits the wall. And this is not particularly clean driving. I think Eggert should have left a little more space there, in my opinion. But we got a couple of incidents for the stewards to mull over as Perikian and Davis short line the chicane just behind. And what can Liam Rance sneak his? Erkan is right behind Hamilton too. Looks like the battle up front is not over either. Liam Rance trying to look every which way he can to get onto the podium here. Will Eggert deny him? Will Eggert get a penalty after the race for nudging around both of the Hunter Birch simulation cars? Here we go. And Liam Rance almost having to go onto the grass there. Oh, there we go, up the inside of the chicane, and they both hit each other again. Oh, and surely that's gonna. Oh, round goes Liam Rance, and that was really dirty by Pascal Eggert. There was no need to do that, as Oliver Perikian actually gets by both of them. But across the line now comes Joshua Hamilton and Arda Erkan. It's going to be into the points. 1, 2, 3. And Joshua Hamilton just beats Erkan to the line. Perikian will hold on to third from Pascal Eggert, who's just recovering now. And it looks like Liam Rance at the back of the train then will be very, very unhappy with how that race went. And it is Eggert 4th, Chris Davis 5th, Seminara 6th, Rance 7th. Oh, and Rance goes right 4th. And as Valente goes into the pit lane for some reason to try and jump Nick Homeward here. What is he doing here? It seems like they've crossed the line. So yeah, Alessandro Valente will finish 8th. Nick Homeward 9th. Petrafsky gets up to 10th with Schumann 11th. And it's all very messy even after the race. Francisco Perez 12th. Baragos is coming around to finish in 13th. Boros, it didn't end well for him. He's doing some donuts, but he's let Farrago through to 13th then. And Boros will finish last and 14th then. So, oh dear, that's not how you finish a race, is it? Is it, Bence? So, let's look at the results then. Controversial, to say the least. And I can hear the my drivers both being very, very, very unhappy because that looked like a decent result taken away from them by a little bit of several slightly kind of questionable moves by Pascal Eggert. And Eggert, a very, very clean driver, it must be said. Where are the session results? Let's look at mid-race results then. Oh, no. Okay, let's not. There we go. Oh, no, that looks like the first race. That doesn't look right. Apologies for this, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to get the... Nope, it's still showing the wrong results. Because I can't get the race 2 results. It only shows race 1, I'm afraid. So, yeah, it's just showing the race 1 results. So, yeah, we'll just have to see, because I think pretty controversial there, and I'm not going to bother with any of this because it's acting up. So, switch over to... There we go. Let's go to our interviews then.
Hello?
Oh, hello, Nick.
That was
interesting, to say the least.
That's one way to put it, isn't it?
Yes. So you got a good view of I know Valente got kind of spun, and you and Valente and Peter Schumacher having a good little fight in the. In fact, even in the first race, you and all the Free Navon cars were having a good challenge of Valente, and all looked quite dicey. We didn't see all of it in the second race, but it certainly looked like Valente being held back by all that ballast, and you guys were getting by him on the straights, and he was having to do all the repassing in the corners. Am I correct in that assumption?
Yes, there was some fairly dodgy driving from every side, I think.
Yeah, I don't think that would be disputed, but I have a feeling it's going to be he spun me around first is going to be the general reaction.
I think he spun me, they spun me, I think.
Yeah.
The reports are going to be interesting.
It'll be interesting what Pascal has to say, because I can't imagine he will be particularly happy, even with the ending to that race especially, but also with where there was that contact with both of my cars as well. So
yeah,
I'm particularly happy with him on a personal level, but I'm trying to be fair. So we get the into the points guys in. And
go on, at least I'll be happy.
Will. So we're now joined by Joshua Hamilton, winner of race 2, Arda Erkan, second in I think both races there, and Oliver Perikian.
Professional bottle job.
Well, that was interesting, wasn't it?
Wow, that was
So
Edward,
congratulations.
Can I have your thoughts on your team?
Well, I thought race 1 went very well for Liam, at least.
Oh yeah, definitely. He was on fire.
And
so
then
quick.
race 2 was looking very good, and then Pascal sort of decided to take out and spin out both of our cars.
I was more
you got a good
referring
view
to
of that,
the
didn't you,
incident
Oliver?
between your two cars into turn 3.
Yeah. Nick, you might want to investigate that one. I think I'm going to file a report.
Look, I'm gonna lock myself in my room for the next 2 days.
Okay, yes. Because Pascal was upset at Alessandro for race 1 as well, so well, that might... It feels like that we might need to clear the air on that one. Because also, someone was upset with Liam because I think... who was it? Somebody got spun. Liam hit someone in quali and had to go at him. Yeah. Yeah, lots of swearing in my group chat for 100-base simulation between my 2 drivers. And, yeah, I think both of them felt they could have won that second race if they hadn't spun them. But there we go. That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And you take nothing away, though, because I thought Joshua did absolutely amazing in that second race. And only a little bit... Oliver, that was sort of, like you said, bottle job in both of them because you were running second in race 1, then you went straight on at the first corner, which is very easy to do. We saw lots of drivers do it. And then race 2 was just a bit of a cluster. Sort of got all of you in the first. I guess you won the second race, Josh. Do you want to talk us through that?
Yeah, sure. To be honest, that one was definitely Oliver's race to
Piss
win.
off.
It's really unfortunate that.
Well,
he
you made
did
a brilliant start, Oliver.
that
Let's
mistake,
take
but
it
no. But I think I need to look at that first lap because that must have been a powerful first lap from Oliver because he was right up that field. Me and Arthur, we got caught up in the sort of first lap antics after turn 1. It was really congested, and but we managed to slowly just make our way through the field. That's a little look at Nick Homewood's rear for a good few laps. Decided I didn't want that after Dyrian Formula.
What? Don't judge my rear like that.
Anyway, well done, Josh. And Arda,
Thank you.
who's disappeared. Okay, so no questions for Arda then. Oh no, he's gone in the waiting room. He was probably waiting for his turn. So Oliver, we go to you now. I know I annoyed you. Me and Josh annoyed you yesterday with our commentary, but it was a lot more boring this time because it was just me on my own. But certainly the action. There was lots of action today, and like you said, there was that brilliant start in the second race, and then like it was just a. Did you find the Subaru a fun car to drive in your first race? It's certainly great to see into the points get a 1-2-3. I think they're the first team to get a 1-2-3 by. Well, I'm guessing maybe Pascal helped a little bit, but if I'm being bitter, but I have to say you guys all drove really, really strong, and it's great to see into the points in the championship, putting up such a strong challenge because we might want to start worrying about you guys when we get to the later rounds in the points because you guys might catch up quite quickly if you keep driving like that.
Yeah, the Subaru is hilarious to drive, honestly. You just chuck it in and let it, like, shopping trolley round at the rear. It's hilarious. It's good fun. It's just a bit unbelievable, honestly. But, yeah, both races, I could have won it. Actually, no, I couldn't have won race 1. Liam was just too quick. But I could have finished the top of us 3 in both. And I just did various things wrong, such as looking at my phone and running into a wall while leading in race 2. But, yeah, I mean... I'm not going to complain about 1, 2, 3 and 2, 3, 4 in the first race. So yeah, just here for fun, and that was a lot of it.
Yeah, certainly fun, but maybe it went further back. At least it might have overstepped the line. But into the points, fair play to you guys for a towering achievement. 1, 2, 3, even if it was a reverse good race, but also 2, 3, 4 in the first race. So shall we get Arda in and congratulate Arda? Arda, are you there? Sorry, I muted you, Arda. But congratulations on your 2 second places. Everyone else is buggered off, so I don't think there's anyone else to interview. But I just wanted to say, stepping in for Michael Steffel at the last minute, you did a superb job there. Arda, so impressed with himself that he's speechless.
He's lost for words. I assume he said thank you. I'll pass.
He's talking in our Discord. He said, "Wait, Wedge, you speak, and I'll say what you're saying." Yes,
and I've just moved in. Who's AFK? Is that Pires?
Peter Schoenemann.
Oh, it's Schoenman. Okay, you and Schoenman out of you. Good battles there. My
We were
drivers are all
having
buggered off, so
Yeah.
it's a shame. I would try and convince them to come back in, but I think they're too upset. Yeah.
I'd like to hear what Liam has to say after that one. That could be interesting.
Well,
Well,
he had
we
a
can just
stream
watch his live stream back.
I
He
am
might still
doing
be
that.
streaming now, actually.
Let's
Yeah, me
just
the link.
put an 18 plus age limit on that one, I think.
Yes, I know. Joshua, you were live streaming as well, so we got the two winners live streaming as it happens.
Oh yeah, I still am. Oops.
If you want to hear the most ridiculous comms from IPR, watch Josh's stream back. It's
Oh,
hilarious.
genuinely, it's comedy gold. This team.
Well, probably not as ridiculous as the live stream we did yesterday for Formula E and Burn, but on the May 4th.
I don't think anything's ever going to beat that for ridiculousness, Ed.
Yeah. Well, when we have a crazy gimmick, we commit. Let's put it that way. But nothing today because I would have sounded like a crazy man doing it on my own for no reason today. So, although there was long periods in between the races where I just wasn't saying anything because I just had no one about. But anyway, I was very entertained. So I don't think there's too much else to say. Next round, Road Atlanta on the 9th of June in just over a month's time. So look out for that. I'm sure that's going to be another exciting, entertaining round. Hunter Boat Simulation increase their lead in the Constructors' Championship. They take the lead in the Drivers' Championship, but consternation and a big steward inquiry that will last, I'm sure, long into next week.
I can't wait. I didn't have anything to do this weekend anyway.
Enjoy, Nick.
Oh, help.
As the steward report of destiny slides into the post box of doom, I noticed it's the end of the show and the end of both races here at the Buddh International Circuit in India. So from me, from Nick Homeward with his dutiful streaming PC that he's worked so hard to fix, I know, from everyone organising at EERC, we'll see you next time for the endurance race, the EERC 6 hours of Buddh, is it?
8, I think.
Oh, it's 8 hours. Okay, let's add another 2 hours. Why not? For the 8 hours of Buddh International Circuit it's in 8 days' time, of course. So that will be the 14th of May. So I might actually be busy on that day. Am I? No, I'm not busy. So it's this Saturday that I'm going somewhere, but that will be the Saturday after. So look forward to that. That's going to be an absolutely amazing. The chicane, we saw people flying over the chicane today, so in the touring cars, in the GD cars especially, but also in the prototype. That's going to be pretty fun. But from everyone here at EERC, it's goodbye for now. We'll see you in 8 days' time, and also in a month's time for more touring car action. But it is Liam Rance and Joshua Hamilton, your two winners here today in India. Bye for now.